English. We know everyone English. I believe you know English more than me. There's difference between versions and dialect. If I say UK English, Australian English, American English, New Zealand English, Canadian English, is that different English? Is that different? No, different. That's dialect. That's dialect. If I go now, let me answer. I didn't finish.
Would you take off your pants in Hyde Park?
I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Would you be happy to take off your pants in public?
Shall I finish? Shall I finish?
Well,
I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Maybe in England, no.
I didn't finish.
Same word, different meaning.
I didn't finish. Not all of the words. Dialect. You need to learn. So you believe
so there is some different
you
meanings.
believe. Okay. Do you believe English? It has versions or dialect? You tell me. Do you believe English has versions or dialect?
Different dialects.
Okay. Thank you. Arabic, there's different dialect.
So
Quran is different dialect.
Is the meaning the same?
Quran
exactly
has different dialect. Yes.
Right. So give us some difference between the Hafs Quran and the Warsh Quran, for instance.
Different dialects, I told you.
No different meaning?
No, different dialect.
That is a great shame.
Different dialect.
That is a great shame.
No,
there
different dialect.
Prophets. Maybe small.
Wait.
Maybe small.
First of all, Prophet ﷺ approved the 7 dialects of the Quran. I can give you many hadith as much as I want. Just example. If you go to Sahih Bukhari, let me come to the point. If I give you Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 4992, Sahih Muslim, hadith number 818, Prophet told us Quran is been revealed in 7 dialects, which is same as English has different dialects. American English, US and Canadian English. As I said before, Arabic is got dialect.
So this is how you speak, yes? How you pronounce it?
Yes,
Would
different dialects.
The same?
Different dialect. The Quran is same rule, same law.
Be the same?
Say again?
Would the Mus'haf be the same?
Yes.
So why did Uthman have to burn them?
I got the answer. I got the answer. This is not about disagreeing.
What's your question?
I will answer that one.
Yeah.
According to the hadith, the reason Uthman banned the Quran is 2 reasons. Not because it was fake.
I didn't say they were fake.
Okay, I'll come to that point. According to the hadith in Sahih Bukhari, I can give you the reference from hadith number 4986 all the way to 90. Uthman, Hudayfa bin al-Yaman came to Uthman and before he came to him, he found two men were reciting 2 different dialects of the Quran.
Yes.
And one of them.
And they didn't say, Alhamdulillah,
let me come.
Allah has revealed
let me come to the point.
He said, oh, Chief of
Let me come to the
please
point.
help us.
No, you're lying about the hadith now.
Really?
I'm telling you the hadith. Wait.
That's in the hadith.
Wait. Hudayfa found 2 men recited 2 different dialects. And guess what?
Just 2 men,
No, 2 men. No, it's 2 men. No, 2 men.
2 groups of
I got the hadith. I can give you the reference.
Well,
it's 2 men.
The reference, but
yes.
I've also read it.
No, I can give you now.
So
I can prove you wrong.
Okay, so whether it's 2 men.
Let me come to the point. Let me answer.
What was the difference?
2 men came and were reciting 2 different dialects of the Quran, which is basically now even happens to us Muslims. Sometimes I go to another Muslim, he recites different dialects than mine, which I don't know the other one. And then we start saying, oh, you recite in different Quran. But technically it's not different Quran, it's just because he doesn't know, he's unaware that there's 7 different dialects of the Quran. So 2 of them never knew the other dialect. And then Hudayfa went to Uthman and said, Uthman, you need to, you need to save the Ummah.
Yes.
And then he said, Uthman, you need to save the Ummah. Because of what? According to Hudayfa bin al-Yaman, there's no contradiction. It's just different dialect. Each one of them. Wait, let me come.
You're reading into the text.
No, according to the text, I'm saying to you.
No, I've read that text.
It
doesn't say that.
Wait, I can give you. Hudayfa bin al-Yaman came to Uthman and said before they oppose one another, you need to save the Ummah. What did he say? Before they oppose. What does that mean? According to him, no, you're not getting the point.
Now, what did he do?
Shall I finish?
You're
not listening.
Oh, it's different.
You're not listening. So how can I speak?
A lot while you've lectured.
I'm finishing this story.
And I'm asking you to answer.
What?
Now, I asked you before, was there any difference in the Mus'haf, in the writing?
I'm telling you, the Quran has different dialects.
But that's
different dialect does not mean it's not pronunciation.
Okay, so there's different mushaf.
It's not pronunciation.
text is
So now are
different.
you telling me
Yes or no is the written text.
I cannot answer
different?
unless you listen me?
Why can't you say yes or no?
So first listen.
Either it is.
First
or it
listen.
isn't.
I cannot
I'm
say
really
yes.
Happy to listen,
Not
but I
all
want
the
you
time
to
I can
tell
give
me,
you yes or no
is
unless
the
I have to
text
explain it.
Different. Is the text
So now
different?
why are you not listening?
Because you're not answering
Okay.
a simple yes or no question.
You
Is the
cannot
text
get.
different.
You cannot get.
Now please answer. Is the text different? I'd
If
love
you
to
listen,
hear you explain.
the text is the same. The dialect is different.
Okay, so the text is the same.
Yes.
So
Dialect
when you
is
look
different.
at a Hafs Quran today and a Warsh
Yes.
Quran today,
Yes.
and the text is different in some places, what's gone wrong?
Was dialect. Stop mixing. You
just
mixing
No,
dialect.
you just said the text is the same.
You
the
mixing.
dialect is the
No,
different.
you mixing
And now you
mixing
said
about the
text is
dialects.
different.
No, you mixing about the dialects. Quran is the Quran. So are you?
And is the two dialects have
I'm asking.
differences in
Is
the
English
text?
U.S. English different? Is U.S. English and U.K. English? Is it different versions or dialect?
Well, they're not written text.
No,
so that's
I'm
not the
asking.
same question.
No, I'm asking. Is it different dialect or different versions?
Yes,
That's
they're
all I'm asking.
different dialects. And-
Thank you. Quran
and
is the same, different
no,
dialects.
It's not because different, the same words.
Show me where.
have different
Show me
meaning.
where. Show me where Prophet said Quran has different versions. I can give you verses in
Yes,
the
I know he
Hadith
said there were seven
in
readings,
reference seven different
ahkam.
dialects.
So what
What's
were
dialect?
they?
What's dialect?
Well, you told me about America.
Again, the
What was
seven
difference
dialects. The
in
seven
Arabic?
dialects. The seven dialects.
What is the difference in the text
Well-
between Hafs and Warsh?
I just said the dialect is different.
Okay, do you have your Hafs Quran with you?
Yes, I have.
And if I was to show you a Warsh Quran, you could say
You just
no
show me
difference.
seven dialect. Nothing
Okay,
else.
so the text is exactly the same.
No, the text, some words is different dialect.
Okay, so there is some difference in the
Dialect.
text.
So dialect.
Okay, so that explains,
what explains?
why Uthman had to burn
No.
the Mus'haf.
Show me.
Yes?
Did I answer that question? Othman,
Well,
I
you
told
have
you.
eventually.
You want to
said that,
listen?
yes,
I didn't
there is a
finish.
difference in the text.
I didn't finish.
That is-
No,
Alhamdulillah,
I didn't
thank you
finish.
so much.
No, I didn't finish.
Why did he have to
You don't want to
burn
listen.
the Quran?
You don't want to listen. Shall I answer?
I've asked
You
you
just
this
asked
several
me, but you
times.
didn't let me finish.
You've never answered that question.
You didn't
So
let
the
me
question
finish.
Now is, yes, I'd love you to finish.
Okay, can you listen?
Why
Watch
did you
out here.
burn
If you
the
talk, I'm just
Quran?
walking. If you talk, I will just walk.
as
Just
long as you
listen.
answer this
Okay,
question.
listen. 3 minutes. Listen. Do not talk.
I'm not sure we can put a
Just listen.
limit on it like that.
Just listen.
We can have a reasonable amount
The
of time.
reason Uthman burnt the Mus'haf, the other Mus'hafs, he wanted the companions to focus with one dialect.
Even when the
He
Prophet
never said,
had
Uthman,
seven.
listen, Uthman, the reason he burnt is because Hudayfa came to him, and the reason was the two men were opposing one another because they never knew, each one never knew what the other one's dialect. So Uthman wanted people to focus on one dialect, because now if I start learning Quran, can I learn all of them seven in one time? In one go? I can't. So he wanted people to focus on one dialect, and the other reason he burnt the Quran is he never wanted the Quran to be around everywhere. Because if I rip the book of the Quran by mistake and into different pieces, different parts, and I'm not using it, will I throw into the bin, or what's the best option according to scholars, according to Islam? He burnt it. So that's the two reasons. There is no reason, even Uthman, when he combined the Holy Quran, all these companions agreed about the Holy Quran. So now I'm asking you, you tell me, why do you have different versions? You don't have different dialect, but you have different versions. You tell me, which
Bible.
version is the correct one?
Very simply, because we go back to different manuscripts.
Manuscript.
And there are
So that means
changes, a few variations.
changes. You accepted
Just
changes.
Like yes, of course I do.
Changes.
Just
Changes
like the
about what?
variations in the Arabic
Wait.
But what is
Okay,
the
I will
difference?
listen you.
So
I will
with
listen you.
Christians,
I will
we
listen to you.
preserve the manuscripts and say, okay, this this verse here is slightly different to that. Let's look at it. Which seems to be the accurate reading? We preserve them in libraries
Watch out, yeah?
everywhere. Now, what do Muslims do? They burn them.
Watch out here.
Okay.
So you didn't
Why
answer my question.
why
No,
do you
don't
burn
divert.
them?
No, I
And why
answered.
do we
I'm not
preserve
repeating.
them?
I'm not repeating.
I answered your question.
No, you didn't answer.
Are there
You didn't answer.
differences in the Bible
You didn't
manuscripts?
answer.
Yes, there
Why
are.
do you have some verses in another version? And if you go to other version, like King James version, like Mark chapter 16, verse 17, 18 is removed from King James Version.
Yeah.
So you telling me that Mark chapter 16, verse 17, 18 is not inspired by God? If it's inspired by God, why you only find them in certain version and the other version is removed? Why is that? You tell me. But Quran, the verses still are there.
Because it's there in some of the versions that we have today, the translations. Just please let me finish.
Okay, finish.
As I've said to you.
Okay.
And we usually put a mark in there to say the earliest manuscripts don't have this. We're not entirely sure when that came in there, so we keep it there just in case. Okay. But that's one of the very few places. There are only 2 sections in the New Testament where we're not sure if a particular story is in the original. Now, do we burn the manuscripts?
No, forget about burning.
Do we burn the manuscripts?
Forget about burning.
Why did Uthman burn
I just answered, I'm not repeating.
No, but what
Did
were
I not
these
answer?
differences?
Did I not answer that one?
What were these differences? If it's just
so
a
now
dialect,
I can give him I can give him many evidence videos, Christians using the Bible, the papers of the Bible as tissue, toilet paper.
well, I don't know which
So you tell me you're comparing, imagine I'm burning the Quran to protect, I don't want the Quran to be in the rubbish. Sorry, I don't want the Quran to be in the rubbish. So compare someone using the Bible as toilet papers.
What would happen, my friend?
Is that not disrespecting the Bible?
No, come on, let's be respectful.
So you cannot tell me what respect
What would
is.
happen if I
When you're
brought
using
a
your
Quran?
toilet papers.
Who's doing that?
I've seen many Christians do that. I can give you now one of my friends.
It doesn't matter.
In
if some
Africa
idiot
that happens.
In Africa is doing
So
that.
are they idiots?
Is that a right way if they're using the Bible as toilet paper?
So which one is worse? You comparing burning and using toilet
The
and
chief
papers
of the believers burnt Quran.
burning is better. Instead of
So
me
the
throwing the Bible Quran,
Khalifa
I rather
burns
burn
the
it.
Quran.
I told you the reason.
What would happen if I came down here
Now,
and burned
now
the
let
Quran? There would
me
be
do
a
not
riot.
divide the topic. Do not divide the topic.
Of course
So now I'm
you had the
asking,
topic, but you've avoided
which
it. You talked about
which
toilet
versions did the disciples of Jesus wrote? Did the disciples of Jesus write? So now tell me, Mark 16, 17, 18, who wrote it? Why is not? Oh, you don't know.
No.
Thank you.
We don't know
So
who
you
that
don't.
said
So
it
the
was.
reliability of his book
Not at all.
is what?
That is a tiny
So
percentage.
how can you believe a book which is
Anyone-
corrupted and edited, and you don't know who wrote it? You come here and preach as Christianity, yet the book you believe in, you believe is edited, corrupted.
so
You don't know who
funny.
wrote it. You just
You're
accepted.
So funny.
You
But
just
we've
accepted.
always accepted
Let's compare.
that. You can go
Let's
to the
compare.
manuscripts today.
Let's compare.
But why do Muslims
Why
not
John-
even realize that there
John-
are these differences
again,
in the different Quran?
1 John
Okay, my
chapter
friend,
5
you're
verse
not
7.
listening. This is not a
I just
respectful
answered.
way. No,
I
you're
just
debating
answered.
with your friends.
I just answered.
No, you're talking to your friends because it's too hard to talk
I
to
just
me.
answered.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
not
you, my
repeating
friend.
myself.
It's
Thank
lovely
you.
to meet
You just admitted.
And thank you for admitting.
You didn't
about
tell
the
me.
differences
You
in
can't
the
tell me.
Mus'haf.
You
I'm
can't
really
tell me
happy
the
about that.
surnames of the
Thank you.
disciples. He can't tell me the surnames of the disciples. He can't tell me the names of the disciples because Mark, John, Matthew, Luke is not an Hebrew name. Where did they get from those names? Again, there's no eyewitnesses who's seen the disciples of Jesus when they were writing down the Gospels. Is unknown. When was written is unknown. Yet they believe 1 John 5, 7 is edited. That means they do not have the original manuscript of the Bible. He just admitted, the guy now who was with me now, he said we do not know who wrote Mark chapter 16 verse 17 and 18. So how the authenticity of the Bible is unreliable. So if it's unreliable, how? So anything is based on the Gospel, New Testament is unreliable. So the Christianity is man-made. Since we don't know the authors of the Gospels, Matthew even is one of them. He's the most unknown authors. Do you know why? Matthew counted the lineage of Jesus from this Joseph the stepfather. Joseph the stepfather has got nothing to do with the lineage of Jesus. Matthew said, the Gospel of Matthew chapter 1 verse 16, he said, after he was saying the lineage of Jesus, imagine he was telling us the lineage of Joseph, the stepfather of Jesus. He said, Jacob, the father of Joseph. Joseph, the stepfather, the husband of Mary. The stepfather of Jesus, the husband of Mary. Mary, the son, and Mary, the son, the mother of Son of Man. and who is the Messiah. So Matthew himself is unknown. And also Jesus quoted from Old Testament. And if you go to Old Testament, you cannot find out in Old Testament what Jesus said about the Old Testament. Example, John chapter 7 verse 38. Luke chapter 24 verse 44 to 46. Matthew again did the same. Chapter 2 and chapter 3 verse 23. Again, and what's his name? Paul also said the same in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 3-4. Paul also quoted from Old Testament, and if you go to Old Testament, it's not found in there what Paul, Jesus, and Luke, Matthew, all of them, what they talked about, what they quoted from Old Testament. That means Jesus of the Bible is unknown. The disciples are unknown. We don't know. Christians, you stand for nothing since your book is unreliable. It's inauthentic. أقول هذا والسلام عليكم واستغفر الله لي ولكم إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. What do you mean? Yeah, I know. The guy he admitted, you know what he said? He said, we don't know who wrote Mark 16, 17, 18. He said he doesn't